Dire Bear. It's Tuesday night, so of course that means we're playing Valley by Night, River City, or Vampire 5th Edition actual play. I'll be your storyteller for the evening, Jason.
It's still on the starting soon screen.
Are you sure that's not just the delay?
I'll refresh it. I'm sorry. Okay, no, it's just my computer being an idiot. Continue.
Okay.
Sorry.
Where was I? Right, joining me this evening will be Sarah playing Emma, Jeremy playing Egidio, and Eric playing Kyle. Just saying while I make one. Weird. Sorry, I noticed something weird on the overlay. Don't worry, people, we are professionals.
I think we'll have everyone tonight too, so we will have to switch to the 5-up overlay.
Yeah, well, I think the 5-up overlay, I think the full team overlay, I think is already set up.
Fantastic.
Because I think we were using that by the end of last week, so crossing fingers I don't have to make any adjustments when I get here. All right, so who recalls what happened last week? I need to just call on people, don't I?
We continued. It was mostly in the Kimrilla territory where Kyle was beating up a ghoul. I think the ghoul was killed, correctly? Or correct?
He was murdered.
He was murdered. In cold blood because vampire. The blood is just cold. Or room temperature. Did not kill the other vampire. There was a werewolf out in front of the window that Puny God smashed Walter. There was a howl of another werewolf. Everyone kind of was like, let's get the fuck out. Kimrilla rolled up. Everyone GTFO'd. Walter jumped into somebody's front yard and ended up an internet celebrity, which we are trying to resolve via, hey, please upload this file here. There's nothing suspicious about this website, www.giveyourphoneavirus.com. And we went to sleep.
Indeed.
We were briefly debating if Kyle was actually just a werewolf.
Have you ever actually watched him feed?
Have we? Have we actually? Is there? Emma at this point is like eventually just like that gif of the guy walking around and there's like the red string map behind him. Yeah, that's the short and short of it.
Okay. That sounds fairly accurate. So the sun sets and you awaken. Give me your rouse rolls.
Critical success.
Not a critical success, but I don't get any hungrier.
And the GDO gets a little bit hungry. Alright, first thing up. GDO, what are you doing when you first get out of bed? Or you may be muted.
I'm going hunting.
Okay. Actual hunting or just down to the blood center?
Down to the blood bank. I'm not a monster.
At least as far as eating habits go.
5 successes. I'm good.
Oh, but only 110. I got excited.
I know you did. I will hoard that for myself and just stone cold a couple of them.
I can't get that image out of my head now.
You're welcome.
I need fan art of that. I wonder if Mid-Journey could do it.
That's
Ask
not
them.
fan art.
Yeah, sure it is.
I'm a fan. I'm using it to make art.
I will not get into the AI art debate on stream.
Well, I'm
Oh,
not doing
I
it for.
thought-
I wouldn't be
oh,
doing it for money. This would just be for fun.
Oh, AI. Never mind. I thought you said Jernick. I was like, yeah, sure.
Uh, so yeah, you get down there, and your guy at the blood center has got you a go bag ready to go.
Much obliged.
Just had a feeling you'd be coming by today.
Well, you know. You will give him whatever he gives them in exchange. Probably money.
Yeah. You definitely got to set up as a money transaction.
Mhm.
That's why he doesn't ask questions what you're doing with all this blood.
Mhm.
Emma, when you awake, what are you doing?
Checking emails. She hasn't heard from Harmony for a while as far as emails went, so she's just double checking that, her password's right and everything.
Are you sending Harmony a message?
No. She has a feeling if something happened to the other Salubri in the area that, oh god, Beckett and, what's his name? Autumn? Or August would maybe give her a heads up. Maybe not 100%, but it would probably work its way through the grapevine. Then, honestly, she's probably just gonna go for a walk and try and. It's been a rough couple of nights. She's gonna try and clear her head a little bit. She will have her phone, and if stuff goes on or someone sends a group message, she'll hear it, but she's not going like directly to the office or anything. She'll eventually make her way there, but not immediate.
And Kyle. You may also be muted.
Yeah, I worked on it. He is going to take Shiloh for a walk.
Okay.
And just kind of ponder for a bit himself.
The rat's on its own.
Well, if the tank had come in, then...
There is a package on your porch.
Okay, yeah, he's gonna put that together.
It's a bomb.
It's more C4.
Not this time, but because he didn't check it, next time.
And the rat is going into it.
Okay.
Once he gets that assembled. Yeah, he's going on a walk.
I'm just picturing you getting up. Shiloh, ready for a walk. Shiloh gets all excited for a walk. You step outside, you see the package, and then you immediately go back inside, start putting stuff together. While Shiloh sits there in fumes. I'm building up animosity between Shiloh and your rat.
Shiloh's just like, I could have eaten this thing 4 times over.
I just told Dad he escaped. Dad would have believed me.
What happened to him? I don't know, Dad. He just exploded. Weird Camaria rats.
So yeah, you put the little enclosure, pre-packaged enclosure thing together.
Yeah.
Probably takes you an hour or so to get that all set up. Geo. Oh, go ahead.
So I think he's gonna go on a walk, and by walk, I mean he's heading to Emma's Haven.
She ain't there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know she's not.
All right, so you head out that way. GDO, where are you going from
Hi.
the blood bank?
The blood bank happens to be very close to the bar, and he thinks about it. He's like, "When I go," and then just like, just go to the office. I guess.
Just go to the bar.
There's nothing really there for him. He just goes just to make a point. But it is in viewing distance, so he'll take a look and see if there's anything there, if it anything in that general area that's like amiss. As it's on the way to the office is like, I passed through that area, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so like on
Well,
the
you
way.
can. You can walk behind the mall and around to it, or in front of the mall and around to it.
I'll just walk like in a direction where I can see the bar as I'm going towards the office.
Okay. Lights are on. Not a whole lot of customers, but the lights are on. You know, you see the employees moving around.
They probably got customers throughout the day, so I'm not worried about that. It's also not my business, so I don't care. Just making sure that someone's not dropping off C4 or something.
I
No
wait for a
protesters out
second.
front.
My cat just spilled all my dice.
Seems like a cat sort of thing to do.
It really is a cat sort of thing to do.
Was it Mochi?
Yep.
I didn't know that was a hotkey in Zoom.
Now you know.
I didn't
Did I
know
miss the overlay?
but the space bar just turns the video off. I didn't know that.
Huh. All right, so GDO, you'd be the first one to the office.
Yep. Because sits and checks on the general well-being of the area through people who have spoken on group chats or anything like that over the course of the night. I know people are just waking up, so
Yeah.
might take a hot minute, but just gonna keep a finger on the pulse.
Fair enough. Kyle, you get to Emma's Haven.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're knocking on the door, ain't nobody answering.
Okay. He'll shoot a text and like, can we talk? To Emma specifically.
Emma, you were on your walk. You get this text.
Sorry, I was just making sure I found all the dice. She will reply back with a general location that she's at.
He replies back with his location, but then heads her way.
And I've looked at him and it's like, fine, just sits on a bench.
Okay. It takes you a few minutes, Kyle, but you get there.
Mm-hmm.
Shiloh gets ear scratches.
Yeah, that tracks. I'll take a seat on the bench.
How's the rat?
It's fine. It's got its own playground to play in now. Managed to get at least one thing right. I managed to save that life.
I was flipping a coin. Just flat looks over. Are you a werewolf?
Huh?
I was having a debate with myself mostly. Like, the other werewolf apparently didn't give a damn about you. It threw Walter.
was unexpected. He was apparently there looking for me, though.
I beg your pardon?
He was there looking for me.
Yeah, you said that. Why was a werewolf looking for you?
Because
Generally,
he thought I was one.
I'm gonna need some explanation.
I was the other wolf.
Of what?
The one at the theater, that was me.
I almost shot you in the head.
I'm aware, hence the me attempting to look cute. That doesn't... That is kind of precipitating why I decided I needed to talk to you.
You're gonna. Okay, go on.
I am. I'm tired, Emma.
We're all kind of hitting that point.
I am so damn tired. All I wanted to do was just run my fucking bar. Now I'm saving the life of a rat. I have a
I mean, you could have
wolf.
eaten the rat.
I'll have a wolf. I'll get to that in a minute. I have a wolf looking for me, thinking I'm one of his own, and terrified out of their mind. He's a teenager, Emma.
I mean, a lot of us were teenagers when we were current.
No, I was in my late 20s.
Close enough.
No, I legitimately, he is. I wouldn't put him over 20.
Okay.
Terrified of Walter, thinking he is a monster.
That's kind of
He's
Walter.
what he is. Yes, I know. And of the woman that smelled bad that I was fighting. But he came looking for me because he was scared, because he thought I was one of their own and I could help him.
You realize you could have, like, I know you're telling me now, but a burden shared is a burden halved. Granted, having a werewolf kid kind of like hunting you down may not be the best thing to popularize outside of the coterie, maybe.
I don't know. I don't know what to do anymore, Emma. I am slipping back into my old ways, and I don't like it. Of internalizing everything under the aspects of OPSEC and just
For
trying to do
change.
everything on my own. It's easier said than done. Have you
You,
met the others?
yeah, and we're all kind of like, what the hell's wrong with Kyle? Why isn't he letting us help him? Why do you think we all followed you to that building?
Yeah, that was unexpected.
Why do you think people still check up on your bar?
But that's also why I was
No one's.
pretty confident that they didn't know it was me there. I was a wolf
I
of
mean,
horse at the time.
worse? Okay, no, later. You gotta, like, let us help with this stuff. All of us are
Well,
errands,
I'm
even if you hate us all.
I never hated you all. Some of you annoyed
Hmm,
the piss out of me, but Egidio mainly.
that's just a Gidio.
It is, and as much as I want to punt him through the roof some days, he's useful. And he has skills and talents that I don't.
Sometimes
I
good
know
points.
that.
You can't win this war on your own. You are not like Chuck Norris or anything like that. I hate to break this to you. I know you think you're some like Chuck Norris, machete. Uh, I don't know. I didn't watch a lot of action movies growing up.
Well, I never thought I was all that. I was just.
Yeah, act like it though sometimes.
I was doing what I thought was best to try to protect you all.
Yeah, I don't think any of us want you to go off and get yourself killed again. You tried that once.
Yeah.
So
s- The
don't. I know easier said than done, but I can occasionally just look over and like slap you or something if that'll help.
No, you're probably
Not
going to be doing that soon enough anyway.
why. What else have you done? I'm not a religious person, but confess.
um, well, that night I had a talk with Ada.
Yeah, where you just kind of walked off and excluded all of us from the conversation.
I completely lost control,
I mean, I think we all have.
as in
I've killed a guy.
as in my tank was empty,
I think a lot of us have hit that. See,
completely empty,
okay, so you killed a guy.
and his friend, and in a panic, embraced one,
Yeah,
and
that.
then freaked out and ran.
Ada's. I'm guessing the conversation was to have Ada make sure they're okay as. Yeah.
To find them, to get the basic information that they need to survive, and to eventually, once they have a little bit of control under their belt, contact us for mentorship if they need it.
Like narrows her eyes. You're not gonna tell the kid that you're their sire, I'm guessing.
I don't plan on it, considering I killed him,
I mean,
but I
yeah,
don't
that's.
want to leave him to the lurch like mine did.
Yeah, you're already doing better then.
Hence the whole save the rat, because I took a life that night.
Not really equivalent, but I get
Let me
the
have this.
principle. Yeah. When the kid comes around, mentor him then. Teach him the things you wish you'd been taught. Like, yeah, all of us are untrustworthy monsters. Honestly, we are.
Some less so than others.
And some more
As
so
he
than
looks
others.
pointedly at Emma.
Give me enough reason to, I can be a bastard too. Probably.
One eyebrow raises, like, really?
I could figure something out.
I'm sure
But
you could.
you gonna tell the others this? At least the vagaries. At least so, hey, if you see a giant wolf the size of a horse, maybe don't shoot it. Maybe be like, Kyle?
I.
You don't have to tell, like, everybody.
What say you to a prank?
You know, people could probably use a good chuckle.
What say you to you showing up to the office with a very large wolf at your side?
I don't know who all's at the office, but
We could take some time to walk and talk. I got more I need to talk to you about anyway.
just like, for the sake of making you smile and possibly making Walter uh, go paler than the dead he already is.
Mm,
Let's see what happens. Why not? I'll get you chicken nuggets.
I can't.
You can sniff the chicken nuggets. They probably smell delicious. Ask Shiloh.
At this point, does he hear Shiloh go nuggets?
Shiloh perks up at the word nuggets. He knows the word nuggets.
Considering Feral Whispers is free when it comes to Shiloh.
Well, he's also heard that word from Emma a few times right before he got nuggets. So
Yeah, he looks
Emma
down,
is the nugget giver.
looks down, like, yeah, well, Shiloh likes that idea.
Nothing else, Shiloh can have them.
He can have them. I am experimenting with some food, though. You ever heard of, like, blood sausage, black pudding?
I mean, yeah, isn't part of like a full English breakfast.
I don't know. But I figured, it's kind of really bloody, so maybe it could be, like, food.
Something to do. If it works, I'm sure other folks would be interested in it. If for nothing else than the memories attached to them.
Yeah, fair enough.
Maybe see if you have a contact that's really British.
I could try to get in touch with Asterath. Though he hasn't been around in a while.
Isn't it?
He's the one that brought me the wine that got used up. Kind of can't stick around places for long, though, because of reasons.
Less I know, the better. Let's keep walking.
He never explained it to me, so that's literally all I know.
Less I know, the better.
I also need to find Sammy, but he doesn't get up.
Good luck with that. Haven't you been looking for him?
Yes, but like you said, we're monsters. And between me and Sammy, I think Sammy would know how to help the kid better than me.
Maybe. Depends on what the kid's looking for. I mean, werewolves are kind of monsters too, right? Just a different kind?
Yes, but you know what this city would do to him.
Probably would already have him dead somewhere or under a Tremere knife. So, yeah.
I just want to do some right somewhere.
Yeah. It could be worse. But hold on, and she's going to rouse strength.
Oh, this is
Not
gonna be
get any
good.
hungrier. What would I use to throw a punch? Athletics, brawl, melee?
Brawl.
Brawl.
Fantastic. I have nothing in that. This is going to be the weakest punch ever.
I saw this coming.
As you're swinging, there's a text that says, there's a text that just the security footage of a Jadeo just sitting on in the seat by himself.
Feet up on the desk.
Yep, just like
3 successes.
like specifically like this with this pose.
Yeah, where are all of you? 3
Yeah.
successes for a punch.
So I take 1 superficial damage.
If you don't dodge.
You're not dodging or anything yet.
No, he's not. He's like, okay, I deserve this.
Next time, don't wait until you almost get a bullet in your head as a wolf to let us know stuff. You don't even get to sniff the chicken nuggets now. They're all Shiloh's. Continues walking.
He also sends the Judge Judy gif of the one we use.
15 minutes and the tapping.
Yeah.
Punch and then like a sideways hug as walking.
Anybody watching, it's just a couple on a walk with their dog.
Yep.
The dog is going on about nuggets, which Emma can't hear.
Well, I mean, Kyle may or may not be translating.
Egidio, you are sitting in the office, bored.
Yep. He had enough time to get up, go look at the cameras, take it still that was him doing this.
Rewind it to when he was doing that.
Yep.
Get it in focus. All right. Throw filter on that. Some stickers.
High contrast.
But sure, just after you do that, though, Egidio, you get a text.
Ooh.
Well, I say you. You're the first person to notice it, because because you literally got nothing else to do.
Yeah.
It is on kind of the Baron group chat.
Mhm.
It's from Clint Robbins.
From who?
Clint Robbins. He is the
Clint
Baron
Robbins.
of the Sherwood Oaks domain.
Is that man in my notes? He should be. He is. Yes.
Yes.
The gangrel.
Yep.
Okay.
He's one of the closer. It's one of the closer domains to y'all.
Mhm.
Kind of on the very outskirts. It's just updating you. Oh, just a quick update. Been finding a lot of paw prints out our way.
I will take a. I will look at that and go. Yes, it's my turn, and he'll get up and head and get an Uber to the area. Not saying anything in the group chat. He's just gonna head over.
So you're headed over to the Sherwood Oaks.
I know where they. I know where all of that stuff is, right?
Oh yeah. Y'all been there a few times.
We've been there a few times, yeah. And I'll go where I know the Baron stays and knock on the door. Just
Okay. As you drive through the
I'll
entrance
also
to
look
the
around for
subdivision.
keep an eye out for weird looking dogs.
As you're pulling in, you see somebody kind of step out of the shadow. Not like they were cloaked in shadow, like they were literally just kind of standing out of view.
Yeah, buddy, I could do that trick too.
And kind of wave you down.
I've Ubered over there, so I'm walking in the front.
Oh, okay. If you're in an Uber, he probably doesn't step out and draw attention to you as you're driving in. Then
He'll definitely wait until he gets out and tip the guy and like later. And then he can step out of the shadows and do whatever.
Well, you're back. You're back at the back of the complex by this point, or subdivision by this point. The front door of the house is opening as you're walking up to it.
Oh, sick! Haunted house vibes, love it.
Well, no, there's somebody inside that was opening the door, like they'd been alerted you were coming.
Yeah.
You see Calvin Fuquay. That you met the last time you were here. He's one of Clint's. He's one of kind of the three that you really know from this area.
No,
kind of the three higher ranking ones.
They're all gangrel.
Oh no, Clint's coterie is pretty diverse. I'm actually blanking for a second on what Calvin was. I thought Shelley was Tremere. Actually, I don't know that. I don't know that you know what Calvin is.
Yeah, but I know what Clint is. So
yes.
Are they similar? Yes, no. If not, okay, there's something else. And that's
He's
kind
probably
of where
you get the vibe of him being something else.
Yeah, that's where it starts and ends. But I'll look and go.
Baron Luna.
Calvin. It's Clinton.
He is. We really weren't expecting you.
I thought I'd put my expertise to use after something I read, and I didn't want to cause a stir.
Oh, please come in.
Comes in.
I assume you understand what we meant.
Oh yeah, for sure. I've seen a few over in my haunts as well.
Oh.
Yeah.
Better come on in then. Yeah. He takes you back to the bedroom that is set up like a study.
Mhm.
He walks to the door. Egidio Luna is here, sir. Says he has seen some lupines. Clint kind of waves his fella off. What have you seen, Egidio? Oh, I have a seat.
He'll sit. We've seen at least the same, similar, or I guess I would like to see the prints that you saw so that I can line them up with what I've seen to make sure if they're similar, if they're different. If they're different, there's a concern. If they're similar, concern, but not as big a concern.
Well, we've only seen a few actual prints. That phrasing was just more to let you know that we've been finding evidence and traces of lupine in the area.
I see. There's actual prints. I would like to see them though, just to line them up with my own. So I have seen large wolves in the past few nights. Acting with more intelligence than we've previously seen.
Oh, don't underestimate the lupine's intelligence.
Oh, never. Just
they're very
the
passionate.
stereotypical.
They're not unintelligent. They're simply very passionate.
Right. There's the stereotypical what you think of a werewolf, especially if it's like a large dog with, larger teeth. But this one had a mission. Surely you heard about what happened at the Princess.
Yes. Though y'all's section of that was actually the Opera House, but yes.
Well, the Opera House.
I mean, there was an assault on the Princess that same night, but y'all weren't involved, so it was less important.
Yep.
He goes, yes, I heard about the attack on Josephine.
Mm-hmm.
She's probably lucky that you responded so quickly.
Yeah. We're pretty vigilant about that sort of thing, being, right on the border of Cam and not.
Yeah, it's a bad place for someone like her to be. She's not particularly useful.
Yeah.
In a fight.
Well, she kept them busy for an extended period of time, which was remarkable in itself.
How'd she do that?
Sometimes you can just sing to them, and they'll, especially, the hoity-toity types, they'll just sit there.
Singing.
I'm sure it was, some form of supernatural singing, but hey.
Oh, it would almost have to have been.
But
he gets up and he goes, he pulls a book out. Looks like a hand-done journal.
Writing a note. Josephine, singer.
No, he's like flipping through. It's like he forgets you're there for a couple of minutes. Before shutting the book and putting it back in.
Everything okay?
Oh, yes. You may have helped me solve a mystery I've been puzzling over.
Hey, that's kind of my thing.
Yeah, nothing of importance. Just a
personal side quest.
A hobby of sorts.
Yeah. So, did anyone get any images, or is there footage of the entities? Some sort of Bigfoot-like sighting?
Eyewitness reports of wolves in the area, which, is not a creature we have around here. I realize you're from out of town. I might not be certain of that. We get coyotes around here, but not wolves, generally.
I had coyotes in Mexico, too.
And the traces we found so far, the actual prints we found so far, were just typical wolf.
Okay.
It's pretty noticeable when they're in their I guess we'll call it battle form.
Yeah, battle form, I suppose. You know,
They're beast.
large.
They're monstrous form. Let's go with
Okay,
that.
I thought you meant the big, like half human, half whatever.
Yes, that's what I was speaking of.
Okay, then yes, that is pretty obvious. And then he will go through his phone and show the show the print. Don't worry, it's on a what do you call them? A VPN. You know, show the print that he saw.
And this was a print of the
Whatever
big
entity
wolf.
was in that area.
The big wolf.
No, no, no. Egidio took pictures of the prints that were in the that were over by his little burial ground.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Clint glanced at that and goes, "That's a coyote print."
That's the one that was over trouncing over by where I close to, not too far from where I am.
Oh, that's probably just a coyote then.
I
Oh
hope
wait,
so.
you had a problem with that.
Can't leave
Yeah.
can't leave much to chance, you know.
I've never heard of coyote changers.
Well, there
I
goes
wonder
that
if it's
theory.
just another type of lupine or if it's something different. Another puzzle for me to work on, I suppose.
Yeah. Are you a fan of puzzles?
It passes the time.
When you're in a mortal beating, I suppose that helps.
I suspect that's why Methuselah sleep for so long.
Figuring out life's mysteries.
Well, running out of interesting things to do.
He smiles and looks at him and goes, "Well, may we never run out of interesting things to do."
Oh, I don't think we will. We live in interesting times.
One unprecedented historical moment after another.
Some think it's the end
Me,
times.
the player, looking directly at the camera.
Just aggressively looking at that fourth wall.
Yeah. Well, if there's nothing else, then we do appreciate the warning, especially where we are, where we could be potentially faced with two different groups at once. So it's good to know to watch your back as well as your front.
Yes. If they follow a typical pattern, there'll be some scouting, and then there might be a larger attack. Much like they did in Huntsville last year.
Well, let's not give them anything to scout.
Yep, do be careful.
And you as well.
And as he's showing you to the door, both you and him, and you other two as well, get another text in that group chat. It's from the pack, who kind of have where Clint's is kind of the most northwest barony in the city. The Pax is the most southwest. And it's a response to Clint's. Oh yeah, we've seen some dog activity down here as well. A lot of dogs off their leashes down here.
He looks at that and looks over at Clint and goes, "One unprecedented moment after another."
And it's not that surprising that they might come at us from multiple angles.
Buena suerte. Enjoy your evening.
You as well.
He goes back to the office.
All right. By the time you get back to the office, Kyle and Emma have had a chance to run by, I don't know, Wendy's or somewhere.
A little small car.
Oh, well, there's a Chick-fil-A.
Two giant dogs in the back. Actually, probably one of them up front head out the passenger window.
Kyle would just be himself right now. Because that only lasts for one scene, so.
Mm. Looks at Kyle, looks at Shiloh, just holds the entire carton of chicken nuggets back into the back seat for Shiloh.
The lady in the drive-through seemed to be super amused that y'all were coming through the drive-through just to buy one thing of chicken nuggets for the dog. She thought that was so sweet.
Maybe a small frosty for the dog too. One of those mini ones.
Vanilla. Hi, Mochi.
She's screaming, so
She's
she gets
screaming.
held.
Her dignity is being put upon.
She's a cat. She should grow to accept this. And then onwards to the office.
All right. Y'all get to the office. There's no GDO.
In the text message, where'd you go?
Went for a walk up. Wanted to pet a dog. Be back in like I'm on my way back already.
Oh, cool. I found Shiloh and a stray that just kind of followed me back to the office. You'll love them.
Nice.
Oh, joy.
Shiloh trusts them. They seem to be fine.
I will trust the dollar menu from Wendy's.
Just they're good nuggets.
Wendy's nuggets are quite good.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
They're not
so
sponsoring us, so they can go to hell.
so a GDO is you arrive a few minutes after them. Probably Ubering again.
We get it. You just make sure to thank every Uber driver as he enters.
So what does the GDO see as he walks in?
Well, I get a little hungrier, so I'm at 2 now. There's Emma, and a dog, and a very big wolf.
That's not a dog.
Yeah, he is. He ate chicken nuggets.
I don't believe for a second he ate chicken nuggets. He might have eaten the chicken.
Why didn't you believe me? He ate chicken nuggets. Reaches over, scratches the ears. Maybe later realizing what she's doing, but she'll walk into the sun later.
Just scratching him out of the ears before that one back leg starts going.
See?
He'll
The
walk
large
over.
tail might be thumping.
Just
I'm gonna get it checked to see if it's chipped later, but
no collar.
nope.
Ears aren't clipped. Tail's not clipped.
Also the size of a horse.
Yeah, there's a lot going on here. You are large.
Maybe not like a full-size horse, but damn
A
big.
pony at least, a donkey.
Yeah.
Some form of cult. You
Barely
are
fit in the car.
massive. Where did you come from?
Near the Wendy's parking lot.
How did no one else see? He looks down at him.
Maybe they just didn't want to mess with a giant dog? I'm dumb.
Hasn't bitten us, so yes, some form of intelligence.
Mhm. I said Shiloh seems to like him, so.
How close is Shiloh to this dog? This large wolf entity.
Oh, they're just kind of piled. He's just kind of piled up next to him.
Oh, so like close.
Mhm.
Is he showing signs of like intimidation
Not particularly.
or being cowed?
Not really.
Shiloh's only like that to one person.
He's like that with around Emma.
2 people.
Shiloh's a good boy. He likes people. And apparently, giant wolves.
Perks up at the sound of his name. His little tail starts going.
Gives the Shiloh some head scratches too.
Chidu also has a little baggie of dog food that he gives a little snack to.
Anyway, I'm sure it'll be fine here.
This thing is bigger than you.
Yeah. I mean, the saddle on it could ride into battle.
Alright, how long are you gonna yes and this before I figure out what's going on?
And then the back door. And then the back door of the office opens up. Miles walks in, knocking on the door as he opens it.
Hey, Miles.
Emma just like, I haven't decided how far this will go.
Oh, great.
And as he steps in, you see Ada's behind him.
Oh.
And they both have a what the hell reaction. Miles actually goes for a gun. Ada just pulls her hands up and starts doing something.
Emma's just scratching like, no, it's.
Apparently this one's fine. He's like also like not scratching so much as just like getting a tuft of like touching the side of his face.
Good little puppy.
Yeah, Miles doesn't
She's
put the
not
gun
doing
down.
that.
Didn't we decide this thing was a lupine?
If it was a lupine, I think it would have not put up with ear scratches and chicken nuggets.
It also would have eaten both of us already.
Ada's like, the coyote we dealt with was more clever than to do something like that.
Emma kind of like side-eyeing Wolf Kyle like, maybe we should just not get you shot. Not saying that, but just, you know.
Wolf just huffs.
I have my hand right, like my hand is like right there at Wolf Kyle's like mouth area. It's like, he's not biting me, so.
Fangs this big.
That's the thing where he like fish hooks a little bit to show the the massive fangs.
That point, just because it's something my shepherd did, and I'm absolutely doing it now. He'll just sort of look and just one big paw just just flatten the Jideo to the ground.
So it is responsive from the ground. Been trying to get a rise out of it for like 10 minutes. I finally got it.
Ada turns around. She seems calm all of a sudden. She turns around. She shuts the door. Walks over to where you guys are and is looking the dog over, or looking the wolf over. I don't think lupines get this big in their wolf in their basic wolf form.
I have to admit, as he's still like pressed by a paw, haven't seen that many lupines in my day.
What did Jideo recognize? Because of the theater?
Yeah, he does. He recognizes the wolf.
Okay.
Just he still doesn't know who it is.
But yeah, Ada just takes a seat. Children.
Sometimes amusement has to be found where it can be.
Miles is still just kind of sitting there.
Legitimately surprised he didn't fire when he flattened.
Yep. What's up?
Besides the obvious.
Ada's like, we've heard from one of Clint's people that there's increased lupine activity in the area.
Oh yeah, it was just
No
outside.
no shock to us since she looks over at Kyle. Thought we had a lupine running around in the area.
I get
Yeah,
the
I was
feeling
just
Ada
over.
knows.
I went over and did a little. He's still like laying down. Went over and did a little investigation myself.
Oh, and
They said they've seen sightings. So you know, good to know that they could come from behind as well as in front. So keep that in mind.
Miles like, well, I've been passing. We'd been gathering a little bit of silver ammo prior to this. I forget who had suggested that, Kyle, I think. So I can let y'all know I've passed that out amongst our folks.
Oh, good to know. Good. That's a good call.
Hopefully we don't have to use it.
And some of the NOS that I'm working with, that we've got working with us now, I've got some of them pulling that trick of Kyle's, using animals as scouts to keep an eye out throughout the domain.
I mean, it's a good trick. So I don't. I one good turn
Hello,
deserves another,
Rappy.
right?
Hello.
Hey, Rappy.
Hey, we have a rappy.
Hello.
Keep forgetting that hotkey does that.
You found a new toy, now you're gonna play.
I did, yes.
Have I missed? No, nothing. Nothing at all.
Yeah, as soon as
there's-
Duba gets on here, we'll catch you all up.
Yeah, there's
Okay.
more lupines running around, so that's a thing.
Sounds about right.
So let's
Try
jump
out
back.
somebody say hi.
Let's jump back, and Rappy, you can give me a rouse check for when you woke up this evening. All right, you don't get any hungrier?
Nope.
So how hungry are you?
I'm at 2 hunger, so I'm fine for now.
Okay. So you don't have to bother hunting.
Not
Is it-
really.
Is Iola going to do her
Yeah.
tarot draw?
A second. Sorry we were running late. Our glasses at the job came in, so we had to go get those.
Ah,
So I now don't have to wear double glasses at the job.
well, that's good at least.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I used to wear double glasses. It was awful.
Speaking of double
Yeah.
glasses, remind me to show y'all my new toy when we get off stream.
Oh boy.
Oh dear.
All right. So what has are you still drawing?
I'm looking. I got the devil in reverse.
Ooh.
Hmm.
All right. Reversed. Releasing limiting beliefs, exploring dark thoughts, detachment.
It's just a vampire game.
That's just Tuesday.
Yeah.
That is interesting. So what does Iola think of what she's drawn?
Well, with the way everything's been going these past couple of weeks, but she's gonna be curious on what's gonna happen today. That's what it is, curiosity.
Oh, here's some other keywords that go along with the reverse devil: independence, freedom, revelation, release, reclaiming power, reclaiming control.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, so Iola gets up, makes her tarot draw, contemplates for a little bit what she's drawn. Then how's she gonna start her evening?
Probably do a bit of a walk around, dead man's drink, and then all the way probably back to the new home base area.
Okay. So you meander out, and of course you are across the road from the domain. And of course, last time you went home,
I was being followed, yeah.
Yep.
So she's actually gonna keep
Oh, that's actually a thing. You're not in your.
domain.
That's
Not
right.
my
You're back.
home.
You're back behind the domain
Thank
in
you
one
for
of Ada's
reminding me
safe
that.
houses.
Okay, so whatever I was gonna do is gonna be different.
That's right.
That's right.
So you wake up in that
Right.
borrowed house that Ada let you stay in.
So gonna tidy it up, put things back the way it was. And then she will head out, because where am I staying at now? How
All right.
far is it from?
You're a few streets like Westmead Street. That's like the west side. What I think of as the back end of the back of the domain because it faces away from the rest of the city.
Mm-hmm.
You're like several streets over, so
Okay.
you're not
So-
terribly far away.
So I'm going to.
It's all residential area that's considered kind of a free hunting ground for the Anarchs. It's not technically part of y'all's domain, but you kind of keep the peace there because you're the closest domain.
I'm gonna activate Sense the Unseen.
Okay.
And keep up with my surroundings as I head to the home base. She's not gonna do any wanderings arounds because, yeah.
All right. Let's see. Since the unseen, I don't think there's anything you would have to roll for.
It's a free power. But I do use wits discipline. So it's probably against if somebody is trying to be hidden.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh, I see we got Duba in the chat now too.
Hello.
All right, so let's just take one moment to get y'all all invited in.
Oh, hold on. I didn't even get on. I am now on the Zoom.
All right.
As am I, sir. As you lovely folks know, the joy of it being a long week.
Every week's a long week when you work at a factory. Don't let them fool you otherwise.
Yeah, I'm afraid they're gonna call us to work in on a Saturday. I'm not looking forward to that.
overtime is only fun when you're catching that chick.
Yeah, and it'll be time and a half pay, but
All right, so Iola cleans up the house and carefully makes her way, because she is in vaguely unfamiliar territory, or at least less familiar territory. Walter, give me a rouse check as you wake up.
Okay. Just a D10.
Yes, yeah, it's just the one.
Hey, buddy.
Hi. Sorry, I'm actually going to try physical dice today because RNG just doesn't like me inside the digital world. So remind me again, what's a passing number?
6 or higher.
Higher? Fantastic. Wow. I get hungrier.
All right, how hungry are you, or do you need to hunt?
I thought I had this data pulled up, but hold that thought.
he
Yeah.
gets hungrier to hunt.
Oh yeah, no. I need to hunt very
Yeah.
badly.
That's right, you were
However,
in a bad way kind of towards the end of last session.
I was. However, I know we put points in the herd. Has that made it to where the effect of how many points I put in is good to go, or do we still need to wait on that?
All right, what is y'all's herd?
Can our coterie herd, I believe, is at level 3. Yeah, it is.
Okay. And somebody tapped it not too long ago.
Has it been a week in game though?
So I'm trying to remember, did somebody tap it last week?
I think Duba tapped it once.
Oh, because it was only the one bag.
Yeah.
We didn't necessarily have all the other goodies packed in, so that's fine. I just figured I'd ask the question.
Okay. Well, with the 3 herd, I think you can tap it more than the once.
Yeah, you can tap it 3 times for up to 3 hunger for that week.
If we want to just go ahead and say that one's been tapped, I'll just tap it for the other 2.
Okay.
Yep.
So you swing by the dead man's and basically clean out the mini fridge.
Woo!
Yeah, before the stuff goes bad enough that only a GDO could drink it.
Yeah.
While you're in the dead man's, you hear some of the employees talking about business being a little slow today because they're out of so much stuff. They haven't the deliveries have been short here lately, or stuff just hasn't been delivered.
We're in that part of the pandemic.
Yeah.
It's like I had to think on that, and I was just like, yes, I remember these times. Where practically no supply was coming in or out, and you was SOL if you needed something, and everybody was mad at you because you couldn't have it.
Yep.
Like, it's not that I'm trying to deny you the item you want. They're just not sending me the item. Trust me, I've tried to order it 5 times, and it still hasn't came in yet.
Ma'am, look, I don't have any toilet paper. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, I was lucky at the store I work at. They weren't, at least at night when I got there, they weren't that belligerent most of the time.
You were lucky to be working in.
But I think people during the day had to deal with it a bit.
Oh, I'm sure those poor souls did.
But
I'm sitting here picking out my B10s. But if I heard you correctly, you said that 6 or higher is a win.
Yeah, 6 or higher is a success.
Woo! Good to know.
But so while you're getting your bite to eat, you've also got several messages from other NOS in the domain.
Oh, goody.
And a few in the wider city, because I'm sure you remember what happened last time with Walter specifically.
Mm-hmm. I do. And he would love to rectify that, and if anyone has a means of doing it, he is all ears. At least what's there of ears.
So you seem to have lucked out that the local news has not picked up the story.
Woo! There's that.
Some of the Nos you're in communication with, they're pretty sure that's probably the cam putting the kibosh on it.
Well,
Because the Camarilla, local Camarilla, they have pretty good control over the Decatur Daily, which is the only local paper. And most of the local news stations are out of Huntsville, which is definitely cam controlled.
oh yeah. Well, in that regard, he better than what I'm probably capable mentally of thinking of colorfully. He would, and Vampire can't explain to him like, well, I figured they would, but I'm thankful that they're doing their part, but we still need to make sure to do ours if possible.
Yes, the video clip is all over the internet.
Which I'm sure wouldn't be hard with some of the NASA's technical skill to turn around and maybe make a virus or something that will delete the imagery. It's just getting it at the main source.
They could potentially hack individual accounts and whatnot, but creating one piece of malware that would go across, all the different apps that it's been posted on, different sites it's been posted on. One of your buddies has started like a disinformation sort of thing,
Perfect.
talking about rumors of where it was actually filmed and this, that, and the other.
He's all for it. Anything that can distract it and make it seem like it's just a big old hoax, he's down for it.
But though somebody does warn you, there's a lot of chatter on some of the conspiracy sites.
Sadly he tells him like that doesn't surprise me.
And while this is going on, and Iola, while she was cleaning up the house, would probably have gotten this. You get a text in the kind of Baron group chat from Clint Robbins, the Baron of the Sherwood Oaks domain, about a lot of like dog prints and dog activity over in his area. So Vampire can't for we're finding traces of lupine. Clint is himself a gangrel, and his domain is, being on the kind of the western frontier of the city, keeps an eye out for that sort of thing.
Fair enough.
A little bit later, the pack, who has a domain in the southwest corner of Decatur, they respond to it by saying they've begun noticing some of that in their area as well.
Oh, lovely.
Indeed. Now, once you're done eating, do you head for the office, or?
Probably head to the office at that point.
And I think Iola was already heading kind of that way.
He's hoping to catch up to the rest of the group if they've gone out and done anything.
So y'all arrive at the office. You walk in. Egidio and Emma are there. Ada and Miles are there. You see Kyle's dog, Shiloh. And kind of in the center of the room, with everybody's attention, is this pony-sized wolf that you've seen before.
No, I don't think Walter's seen it. He wasn't at the theater.
Oh, that's right. You weren't at the theater.
I don't think.
You may be right. It may be, because it popped up at the
Gio.
theater, and somebody else saw it somewhere.
Honestly, though, as soon as the door opens and Walter just sees this huge-looking dog in comparison to Shiloh, he'll make the remark, "Well, I'll be damned. And here I thought he was playing on his gangrel instincts, but it looks like I'm wrong. Damn boys done turned right into it." and then proceed to gesture like, I take it this isn't Kyle.
Emma, like, you take all the fun out of stuff.
Wolf will get up and shift back into Kyle, crack his
Still has
neck.
a hand on Kyle's chin.
It.
Ada just kind of nods. And
Well,
It's how I've been able to move around the domain and cam territory mostly undetected.
Miles is sitting there with his gun. Kind of. So you had us out looking for a wolf. That was you.
And
Yeah,
honestly, probably other wolves.
you do understand that this is now going to make them want to bop you upside the head. You realize this?
I'm
Done
Already
that.
have.
well aware. She punched me.
As she should, to be
They didn't do a
honest.
damn thing.
Actually, I did take a point of superficial damage.
It's like one like black eye or something.
A bruise.
Very
But
small bruise.
I was mostly focusing on patrolling and protecting the borders of the domain and keeping you all mobilized for incursions.
Right.
What I was
Now
up to.
that's going to beg my next question, and he'll have his phone in his hand. So, would you happen to inform me of what the two baronies have mentioned? If that is part of your doing?
Oh no, that's not me.
Good. That clears that up. That raises now more questions.
No, it doesn't. Raises the same amount of questions. The exact same amount of questions that we had last night.
Yeah.
I actually have one left. I am now 100% sure that he's not a werewolf.
Oh yeah, we did have that discussion too.
Mhm,
It
mhm.
was a long night.
I find it funny I was somewhat close, but I digress. Anyway, so. And he kind of looks over. Miles and Lady Ada, I take it there's other business that you wish to tend to us, or
I was like, yeah, we were coming over here to talk about how we want to try to forward up the domain if there's about to be a lupine incursion. I
Got
was
the lupine.
I was telling them we were already passing out the silver ammo. We don't have a ton of it yet, but
It's good.
I mean,
It's a good call.
It
Fortune favors the prepared.
does.
oh, and a couple of your clansmen that are
Please don't call them that.
you're right, that's probably not a good word,
Yeah.
especially not given where we're set. A couple of your fellow Nos, uh, that started working with us have taken Kyle's ideal of like using the birds and the rats and stuff. So we've got animals scattered out, keeping an eye out. Apparently, natural animals respond really strongly to the presence of lupine. Guess it's that whole sensing a predator thing.
Fair enough. Good on them for picking up on that little nugget of information. All right, well that's fantastic. What else have we got going on? Just the ammunition and better reconnaissance.
Ada, catches your attention. You told us about the lupine that you ran into last night out in the middle of the city. Have we told the other barons about that?
I don't think we've gotten to it, but it could be just one of the ones that's also running along the edges.
Well, either way, it's still probably something worth bringing up. We don't know exactly how this particular one is tied in. Could just be a random one. Could be a scout for a bigger party. Again, it did howl and something did call back.
Mm.
So if Regardless, that still needs to be brought to his.
The second one was me.
That tracks.
Walter was having, a nice moment where he was like, okay, good, we're getting information, everything's good, and just all that, and it's just like, just the fur brow, like, okay, then can you explain to me what the one was, or was that still a secret?
That was a werewolf that followed me after that whole confrontation.
Ada's like,
And it's-
did you lose it or is it dead now?
Neither.
You know where it is currently?
No. But we
That
kind
constitutes
of
us losing it.
struck a bargain.
Please
talked.
elaborate.
Ada's got.
It works.
Let him cook.
If I
Get-
can get them out of the domain without a major physical altercation between the lupine and others, I'm gonna take that option.
All right. So what did this lupine? What did he say that they wanted? Usually they just show up in a town and kill as many of us as they can.
He was looking for me.
Once again, can we elaborate for the rest of the class?
Apparently, me running around as a wolf was really good.
So
Way.
He thought I was a lupine and came looking for me.
Are you saying that all the lupine are showing up because they thought you needed to be rescued?
That I don't know. I don't believe this one was affiliated with any kind of a pack. At the very least, we never talked about it. But I don't believe that that's the case, though.
Though we still in a wonderful predicament. Fantastic. Alright, so on top of that, Ada, you was mentioning something about defenses, yes? Was it just on the house? Well,
Oh yes.
solely
He's like,
taken aback.
But yes, Bullard had sent her over. Bullard is very concerned about possible lupine activity.
Woolard or Woodard?
Woodard, excuse me, Woodard.
I can see what I can do. I apparently have successfully engaged in diplomacy with one lupine already.
Well, get yourself killed.
They just like such things are not unheard of. But
It's another enemy of my enemy situation.
It's like people befriending, but it's like some of the kind befriending bears. Sometimes it goes very well for a long time, and then suddenly goes very badly.
Grizzly Adams.
Here's Adams.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
If I can at least put this out there for you, Master Kyle. Next time you have done negotiations, can you somehow give it to us so we know how to approach the situation?
It happened last night. I hadn't had the chance to.
I understand. And trust me, I'm sure your friend really enjoyed nibbling on my putrid flesh. But anyway. Yeah.
Miles is like, does this mean we should not shoot certain lupine?
Well, until we have a definitive way of telling the difference, that's a loaded question.
let you know when we get to that point.
Right.
I'm
All right.
going, I'm going to try and get them out of our domain. That is my hope.
I just like, think I'll still be warding my haven.
Yeah,
That'd be a good idea, just
I'll say,
Yeah,
regardless.
just in general, yeah.
prepare for it to go badly, but
Hope for the best one.
I hope that it goes well. Yes.
A thought just occurred to me, Master Kyle.
Mm-hmm.
Depending how you can weave this, we can just have them attack the cam. Granted, it would be much harder to have them just attack flat out, but it's a funny thought in my mind. Gain a interesting regiment, if you will. Now, whether or not they follow orders, that's a different point.
I don't think it works like that, but
Ada speaks up. Walter, are you familiar with the First World War? I realize you weren't old enough to be there.
When I was alive, I remember the few bits of history books of the particular forces involved and how it got started, but I'm sure there's probably other tales and things that happen behind the scenes that, never made
Oh,
it.
I'm just talking about the fights and how much they loved them some mustard gas. And mustard gas was great until the wind changed and blew it back over your own troops.
Yeah.
Trying to stick the lupine on somebody is great until the wind changes and suddenly they smell us behind them.
Again, I said it was a funny thought, not that we'd actually do anything with it.
I'm just pointing out that it's dangerous. I'm not sure
Yeah,
y'all are taking the lupines as seriously as perhaps you should.
A lot of the stuff we're trying to do right now is dangerous. We'll keep that in mind. Getting them out may just be the best versus trying to weaponize the alliance. Not even, not alliance, but you know what I mean, the goodwill.
Oh yeah, so if Kyle can steer them away from us, then I suppose it's worth the risk of him going to talk to them. Luckily, this is a barony with barons to spare.
Of course, because the only thing you'd have to do is make sure to subtract one.
She pulls out her pen and clicks it.
Don't get too antsy, darling.
But she's like, well, I have business to be about. I wanted to make sure you knew about the lupine and see if you had any plans already.
Now we do appreciate
Calm
you
them.
making the house call.
And all of us over at the mall, or all of the rest of them over at the mall, were a little antsy.
We got there.
There is a tentative plan in the works, yes.
Then I am sure you will tell us what we need to do when the time comes.
Keep you in the loop.
All we can do.
And she gets up and lets herself out. Miles is still there. Anything else you need from me, boss?
Just say good job with keeping everybody doing their thing this past month or two.
Yeah, we're at war. You just gotta keep going.
Yeah, I've been keeping an eye on it, and you've been doing good, so keep it up.
I have to be sure to tell the guys not to shoot the giant dogs or giant pony-sized wolf if they see it now.
I'd appreciate that.
No, he could use
What?
the exercise.
Would silver bullets do anything to vampires? I mean, they'd probably just, more than regular bullets, I mean.
Not unless you've got some special weakness. Like, I can't remember if one of the odd bloodlines might have a weakness to it or something. I don't recall. Generally speaking, no. What was that movie? Was it Love Bites or Love at First Bite? I forget. But you got the guy who runs into a crowded restaurant and just pumps a bunch of silver bullets in the vampire. And the vampire just looks up at him. Silver bullets are for werewolves. And then as everybody in the restaurant's panicking, the guy that did the shooting looks up. It's okay, it's okay. Silver bullets are only for werewolves.
That sounds like something that would happen in this game.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. But okay, Miles takes off then, leaving just you Barons.
So now what? We have this.
I mean, granted, it's a interesting and new tidbit of information, worth knowing, at least.
Mm-hmm.
On my front, I've gotten some of the local NOS to work on taking care of it. They're playing it down and whatnot, trying to put a lot of dirt on the whole situation, trying to make it look like it was more of a hoax, if nothing else. The conspirators are going absolutely rampant with the information. Some of them are trying to work on individual accounts and slowly delete things, as it were. But
What you got to do is do a real elaborate deconstruction of the video, and you got to like, no, this can't be real because, look at that weird pixel right there.
Break down the ways that it's fake.
Yeah.
Like, you can see the digital artifact here where the figure was added in. These shadows don't line up. Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Might have to doctor a few things, but that's the general gist of it.
You can also send them the image, the actually doctored image of the clear space that they were looking at. Just some random yahoos trying to get famous on the internet.
Discredit the people that recorded it as well.
Yeah.
I'll get on that with them. Let them know. Maybe one of them's got a very interesting ability to not look as scary as they can.
You should look at those weird TikTokers. They do a lot of that stuff that looks otherworldly. Like those videos where they grab the cloud and it turns into like a sponge or something, and they just wring it. You can do stuff like that.
Reminds me of one fella I actually saw on that thing TikTok. What was it? Latinas against spooky shit.
Yes,
Some of that's
a good page.
interesting. That's interesting to look at from time to time.
As a Latino, I feel that in my soul.
But anyway, so
Except
we're
I am
getting
the
that.
spooky shit now.
You are the spooky shit. We're all the spooky shit now.
Mm-hmm.
Some
Very
more
true.
so than others.
But on that note, so working on that front, new information. What else are we trying to do about the situation? We may need to actually go see the pack or the other barony that had mentioned the footprints. Maybe get a clue or two.
I already went.
Oh,
Not the
fantastic.
same print that I saw.
Okay,
It
so
was or was not.
Was not. I had a coyote print.
I did tell you that.
I know. Just making sure it was a coyote print on their end too, and it wasn't. It was a wolf print. They were smaller. They said, right?
Yeah, coyote prints are definitely smaller than wolf prints.
Yeah.
And the wolf prints they seen were like normal sized wolf prints, not the ones Kyle will be leaving behind.
They mentioned that it would be that they were normal sized wolf prints, so still a possibility
Yeah.
of it being a lupine.
Emma, you get a call. Like, not a text, a call.
What's the number?
It's Furman Dorsey.
Picks it up. Hello?
Emma, this is Furman.
Yeah.
We've lost somebody.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Was it someone that had been ill? Do you want to meet up?
Well, yeah, it was one of the people of in the club.
Oh yeah, the chemistry club.
Yes, the chemistry club. His house is quite a mess.
Where are you at?
He sends you. He sends. Well, yeah, he's on the phone with you. He gives you the address he's at.
We can meet you there in a few moments. I'm sure you're, a little stressed out about this. We'll meet you there. I know they sometimes left their house in a mess before they left, so maybe that could explain it as well. Trying to cover this up as they're talking on the phone.
Yeah, it's pretty messy.
We'll meet you over there. Do you need any? Do you need me to bring anything?
Cleaning supplies. Lots of cleaning supplies.
We can clean it up for them. Yeah. Yeah. We'll be there in a moment. She has this like loud, not on speaker, but loud enough that vampires could hear it.
What was that?
One of the alchemists has been killed. It sounds like. And there's
May
a
have been
mess.
trying to keep the mages for a while.
Yeah, and apparently it's a mess there. So relays the address. I was gonna at least head out that way if anyone wanted to come.
Sure. Not doing much at the moment.
Yeah, as well.
I'm gonna grab some cleaning supplies. They said it was
I've-
pretty bad.
Got some stashed away here.
Okay, if you want to load it in the trunk, I'll load it in there.
Yeah, go ahead, back up. I'll go
Yep, she'll go get the
It's like a-
car.
shop vac and one of those like really strong steam cleaners.
The industrial strength
Just
steam
ripped
cleaner.
one off, or just ripped off one of those steamers from Walmart.
Yeah, damn right.
All right, so y'all all rolling out the address Furman sent you?
Yeah.
She's gonna send Ada just a -1, and I'll get you some more information.
She responds with already?
I'll get you some more information.
The
Just lost
evening's
one.
young.
We they couldn't make it to the party. They canceled the RSVP.
Noted.
She didn't get a name either, so.
No, he did not say any names over the phone, though he did give the address. So.
He's not gonna pass around the address, but looks around. Do we want to make sure to let the security folks know
No, what?
that someone's been gruesomely murdered potentially?
Yeah, fair enough. I suppose. Maybe we investigate and then do that. Do it in that order instead.
All right. And away we go, I guess.
All right, so y'all head over that way. You get to this house. Nothing looks out of place. It's way out from from the city proper. Still technically in the city limits, but out on the very edges. So there's a decent bit of yard and stuff around it before you get to like the neighbors. Though there are people relatively close by. You find Furman sitting in his car, out in front of the house. Like he is sitting in the driveway. Front of his car is pointed towards the road. He has got the engine cranked. He is in the driver's seat.
As they're driving, she's looking around just to be sure.
Yeah, I'm also still looking out for weird dogs.
Weird dogs, weird people.
But when y'all pull up, he gets out of his car to come up to you.
Not bad.
Hello, Kyle. I'm glad y'all got here so quickly. It's a mess in there.
Egidio was like not even looking at him and walking inside. Has some like gloves that he's just.
Emma's just casting Obey just to instinctively to like try and calm him down.
His breathing levels out.
He was so worried he was breathing.
He was so he was not that he needed to breathe, but it's like it's a nervous habit or something.
The body remembers.
Especially a thin blood. So yeah, a couple of our folks, had called him. We were going to have a meetup at our main lab. And he didn't respond, which is unusual. He's usually like really, really quick to get back to you and very kind of gets kind of peeved if you don't answer him. If you don't respond quickly.
Yeah.
Bit of a type A, I guess. He was always an odd duck, even amongst us. So anyway, I came over to check on him. And the back door was busted in, and he's just scattered all over the kitchen.
Did you go anywhere else in the house, or did you just come back outside?
I glanced around the rest of the house. It looked like the place was tossed. He had one of the bedrooms converted into a lab, and there was a stand-up freezer in there that the door had been torn off of, and he had dismembered people in his freezer.
Were there any of those people left?
Oh yeah, the freezer door was ripped off and it was tipped over, and yeah, those pieces were like spilled out of the room. They're probably not completely thawed yet.
We'll let Egidio know. He may know better how to.
You're already halfway through the room.
Egidio like score.
I picture this vignette where Egidio is like, all right, whatever, and he goes through without everyone else, just kind of goes in. And as you're describing what he's saying, Jason, it's just Egidio finding it.
As always, you're fascinated with Thin Blood's labs, even though they make no sense to you by your own training.
Don't make any hide nor hair, but they make it work.
Neither your traditional, scientific training, or your ritualist training.
How the hell do they get glows out of that paint thinner?
But this guy was obviously using people parts for a lot of his stuff.
Now, that's interesting. People parts aside, are there any uh what's the Vic look like? Have I seen one before?
Well, if you ever played an old shooter where you know, if you killed your opponent, they gibbed.
Yeah.
This guy's been gibbed.
Ah, Doom style.
It turned into Crocs Nuggets.
I mean, it's, you know, what was it? What was it? The Scarecrow said. They tore off my arm. They threw it over there. They tore off my leg and they threw it over there.
Yeah.
Looks like they stomped on his head when they were done. And as you pass through the house, closet doors have been flung open. Some of them hard enough that they broke off like one of the hinges. It's like they gave a quick search of the place. Doesn't look like they went through like drawers or anything though.
Let's look at the drawers, see if there's anything missing, or not missing, but like anything else.
Outside of the lab, you find nothing unusual.
Okay.
I mean, his underwear is very carefully folded in one corner, and his sock
Sure.
in another, and you know, it's super organized.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in the kitchen, the refrigerator was sparsely populated, but it had some stuff in there, stuff that tends to last a long time. You know, like it might have been more for show than he was actually using any of it. But yeah, in the lab you find the tipped over freezer and the body parts spilled out. There's scraps of torn up paper all over the place. Looks like somebody took journals and just shredded them. A lot of the lab equipment is, you know, beakers and stuff is all busted up.
This also isn't the first thin blood lab I've seen. Like, no two labs are alike, is what Egidio's gathering.
Right. Other than a lot of them tend to be kind of have a kind of a slap together vibe to it.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell with it all smashed up. This guy's might have been a little more organized.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of his equipment kind of matched.
Is there anything somebody who tossed this place might have missed in the lab?
Give me a wits awareness.
Yeah. I'm going to assume.
Which I've gotten so used to asking y'all for that role that my Icons game Sunday I was asking somebody to make a wits awareness.
Do it. I don't have those stats. Do it.
They have awareness. They have half of those.
Could I use my specialty? It's technically in medicine because it's forensics. But could my specialty apply here in that I'm looking where they haven't smashed the place up?
I would say no, because forensics is more, you know, picking out the body parts is than other. I don't see where that would help you if somebody was searching a room. Well, what might they have missed searching this room?
Okay. Alrighty then. What's awareness? Let me rouse my wits. Get hungrier, that's fine. Awareness. Wits. 2, boop. Ah, there it is. You got your wish.
Woohoo!
And I think what is just Egidio. I think Egidio's putting pressure on himself to like find something before anyone else even comes in. You can interpret that however you like.
So the rest of you walk in, or whoever is going inside. You see the mess that I've described in the kitchen. You hear stuff getting flung around in the back. And Egidio mumbling under his breath, come on. There's got to be something. And when you get back there, he's like frantically digging around.
Mm-hmm.
Like being a bit overly emotional about it.
There.
Unfortunately, due to the nature of what you rolled, you're basically failing to find anything.
Punches a piece of flesh that's like just there. Diosito throws it across the way.
It's hard because it's frozen, but the outer layer of it's a little, so it's kind of like soggy.
Like cracks a little bit.
It's a little bit soggy, and then you hit the frozen center.
Punches and then chucks it. Thuds somewhere.
So yeah, you'll see a hand go, or a forearm go flying. Furman's like, is he okay?
Are any of us?
He's fine. Did he talk about anything in particular he was studying? Like a certain formula or something that you guys were all working on, or that he was working on in particular?
Well, he did. He would make this stuff that would make us seem more human for a while. I guess I know what parts he must have been using for that.
That includes the whole being able to walk around in the daytime thing.
That was a separate something he was working on. But no, the one he was working on, our pulse picked up, our body temperatures raised to normal. Those of us that couldn't already eat could eat. I mean, eating food still didn't do us any good, but
didn't immediately vomit.
Yeah. It's like if you got a gluten allergy and you take the medicine that lets you die, lets you handle the gluten, and then you eat bread. It's not a big deal. So, I mean, it was popular stuff that he'd make for the rest of us.
Did he mention anyone? All this being said, well, like, if folks are looking around, did he mention anything about anyone, hanging out nearby, having any suspicions of people casing the joint?
No, not really. I mean, that's one reason why he was out here in the boonies.
You're safe until you aren't.
Yeah.
Emma would have also probably asked somebody to keep watch while they're all inside, because if they're all inside, they can't watch the outside.
I'm sure there's nothing to see outside.
I'm sure there's not, but we're going to be safe.
Nothing to see at all.
He wipes the blood he's probably accumulated on his face. Just like...
I'll say Kyle will stay outside. So what he will do...
Do you have Shiloh with you?
They did leave immediately, so yeah. I do not get any hungrier, but Kyle is a wolf right now.
Okay. Give me a wits awareness while you're out there.
Okay.
Scent could be a factor.
Alrighty. So... Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. I'm using the wolf stat book. If it's better than my current. I believe my current one is better. 4 successes. Would you like me to roll for the dog as well?
Yes, go ahead and roll for Shiloh.
Okay. If Adobe would unfreeze.
Well, it's not sure it wants to do that.
There we go. Jeez. Shiloh got 2.
Okay. Shallow is oblivious.
Okay.
He's on alert. You know, some of the smells out of the house have got him on edge.
Mm-hmm.
You think the smell's quite nice, but
Mm-hmm.
and how many? You said you had how many successes?
4.
Uh, you don't notice them until they're getting to the edge of the yard.
Mm-hmm.
Because there, some wood. There was a little bit of wooded areas to one side.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you are not alone. There's at least 2 large somethings out there, kind of creeping up to the edge of the woods.
Okay.
You catch their scent initially.
Mm-hmm. He will look in that direction and start moving over that way.
Shallow kind of follows you. As you start walking in that direction, the 2 large figures step out. Like, they realize they've been made.
Mm-hmm.
You see 2 lupines in full, creature form.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't think of what the kid would necessarily call that.
Yeah. I get a little hungrier, but I'll, just in case, go ahead and activate feral weapons and toughness.
They seem a little puzzled by you.
Mm-hmm.
They're sniffing the air.
Can they speak to me when I'm a wolf?
I know
Like
the
a
lupine
feral
can speak
whispers
to
kind of a
each
thing?
other, but I'm not sure that they can speak.
Because he is basically, despite the enhanced stats, being a werewolf, not werewolf, vampire. He is
knew it.
and he is shut up. He is an animal right now.
Well, they do have animalism at a high level. I'm gonna say yeah.
Okay.
Or they're going to try to use their animalism to speak with you.
Okay.
You would probably, if you wanted to speak back, you'd probably have to make the rouse check to use your feral whispers.
Okay.
Because you only get it for free when you're talking to Shiloh.
We're talking Charlotte. Yeah, if they do try to talk to me, then I'll talk back.
What are you?
Make a rouse check. Do not get hungrier. Someone trying to protect his pack. Why are you here?
And the other one sniffs. He doesn't stink of the worm. The first like, he's clearly not Garou.
Right. If I had a choice, I wouldn't be what I am, but I wasn't given one. Would you mind telling me why you're here?
We were left to stake out this site to see if any other creatures like what we slew in there arrived.
Oh, about to get fun!
I see. tell me what this worm is?
Foulness, corruption.
Hmm. So, what one of my friends is good at putting to quiet?
You get the almost doggy head twitch.
She is good at pacifying darker impulses and foulness in others, forcing it to sleep.
Hmm. She should have used that ability on the creature that dwelled here. It was committing foul magics with captured people.
I'm not a fan of that. Look, I don't want to have to fight, but I will protect my pack if I must.
Was this creature here a part of your pack?
The one here, no. However, we were sent to investigate it.
By the cowardly one that hid in his car.
Yes, by him.
What is he?
I do not know that answer. Though, since you are here, it would be ill of me to ask a boon of you, but it is something I believe needs to be done. I was approached by another of your kind, young, very young, believing me to be, I think you called yourself Garel.
Yes.
My kind he wouldn't survive long in the city. I don't want him to die. Do you think you might be able to help him?
One of your kind. Oh, you are one of the leeches.
Like
The second one's still like, he doesn't smell the worm.
It's not a life I chose. It was one that was forced on me.
No one forces you to continue living.
Well, I have to continue living to protect those that I care for.
The second one's like, if he's found a lost cub, or a lost pup, excuse me. Give me. Ooh, this is going to be all socially.
Mm-hmm.
How good at those rolls? Meanwhile, in the house, everyone just oblivious.
Oh yes,
looking
yes.
at this like smashed head, like this guy, they really wanted him dead. This doesn't look searched. This looks destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Let's see here. Not subterfuge, because you're really not lying. Persuasion.
Okay. Persuasion, what?
Let's go charisma.
Charisma? I will rouse my charisma. Sweet. Again, extra 2. So that's...
So it's now 2?
No, it's actually 5 right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 for persuasion. And then because of my lore sheet, because I'm dealing with lupine, extra 2 dice.
Okay.
That's That's a critical success with no crits on the hunger dice. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 total.
Huh. That's one of the better rolls I've had this game.
You trying to oppose it?
It's a social conflict.
Because they've more or less verified him that he's a vampire, even if he isn't kicking up with their little, corruption senses or whatever.
Yeah.
But all right, so he rolled 3 10s in a single success. So
that's 7. I will burn a willpower and I'll re-roll these 3 black dice that didn't get a success.
Okay.
That adds another 2. Puts me at 8.
I really want to save the puppy.
Very well, we can let your pack go. If you take us to this lost pup of ours.
I can do that. Although your current form would be very noticeable and attract a great deal of attention.
You say that, and the first one nods. He takes another step forward, and just very quickly, just from the beast form to just a normal guy. I mean, a normal guy in pretty good shape, but a normal guy.
Yeah. As in, like, in human form?
Yes.
Okay. In that case, Kyle will also shift out of his wolf form into his human form. I mean, the murder hands are active because he had feral weapons on, but he'll look down at him as like, in case it became a fight.
Reasonable.
At this point, do they hear that conversation outside?
No, they're all inside, and there's been no yelling or anything. Y'all are over on one side of the yard, so. But back inside, Gidio, you've calmed down and are capable of like starting to clean up.
I start talking. I compose myself finally. I go like, yeah, that person, whoever wanted them dead.
Yeah,
That's all smashed in. Ripped apart. That they destroyed. They didn't search.
Give me a roll using like wits and your forensics.
Yeah. You want me to use wits medicine then?
Yes. That'd be what your forensics would call it, right?
Yep. All right, 5 successes.
Okay. So yeah, the body in the kitchen, clawed at like almost like animal claws, or the kind of damage you've seen Kindred do to each other.
Yep.
But also like torn apart and smashed up. Mm-hmm. The frozen bodies, very obviously dismembered with medical precision, probably with medical tools. They were packed away very carefully. To keep freezer burn at bay for as long as possible. Some of them look like they were taken out and smaller pieces removed from them on like maybe a semi-regular basis.
Since they were for sure deceased. So.
By the time they were hacked up, yes, most likely.
Yeah. Okay. It wasn't like just hanging still alive. That'd be kind of fucked.
No. They were dismembered in a freezer.
Okay.
But and they were.
How big's the freezer? Are we talking? Was that like a big one, or is it
like a refrigerator size one? That was just all freezer.
Okay.
And there's lots of other miscellaneous things that are typical of a thin blood alchemist lab. Just WD-40 or oil or just all the weird kind of ingredients they use.
I'll look at the one that's here with us and be like, I am forever fascinated on the way you all use paint thinner and WD-40. What are you doing that? What are you doing with that?
It depends on which one of us you're talking to. We all use it for a little bit different.
Kind of like cooking. You don't just go by the recipe. You cook with your heart.
Yeah, it's
That's
more of an
not
art than a
true in
science.
baking. Baking is a science.
Hmm. Maybe they're not baking. They, they use their heart, and sometimes somebody else's heart, maybe.
You're not kidding.
Yep.
Sometimes they just need a hand. Or a femur. Or
Punch
somebody's right molar.
Mhm.
Punch Emma. Just keep punching Emma.
Just the shit-eating grin.
When Emma references teeth, Furman gets kind of a look on his face,
Emma doesn't notice. She was
like he's feeling
shooting the
attacked.
shit.
Yep.
Emma doesn't know about the teeth. She was just listing off body parts.
Mhm.
Tooth fairy. I mean, they got to go somewhere.
You Furman need anything in here for your own stuff?
Well, none of he gestured the body parts. None of that for sure.
Okay, good.
And the rest of the stuff's kind of spilled out and smashed up.
Yep. All right. Well, I don't think it's a good idea for everyone to be so far away from any kindred that can help you.
Yeah, well, he thought it would keep it. His thoughts was he'd keep him safe from all the politics of the kindred, and
And then you run into the politics of something else.
yeah.
Every
What could have done this?
I don't know, but whatever this is was. And he'll go back to the body and be like, these claw marks here. I've seen Kyle do something like that before.
Yeah, they're
I'm not
awful
saying it's
big,
Kyle,
though.
of course. But something feral and angry.
That's a good way to describe it. I hate to do this, but I need about a 5-minute break.
Are you
Yeah.
asking us?
No, I need a 5-minute break.
Oh, you need a
So-
5-minute break.
I'm gonna leave the stream going so y'all can discuss amongst yourselves if you want to. I'll be right back.
Yep.
Me
I'm kind of wiggling. I was like, oh, yep, he gotta pee.
me sitting over here going, I am so glad I picked up that lore sheet.
What lore sheet
Yeah.
did you pick up?
Something with werewolves, probably.
Yeah,
Yeah, the wolves.
it's called Strange Bedfellows. It's a
Mhm.
level 4 lore sheet, or the
Mhm.
level 4 option off the lore sheet I picked.
Mhm.
It basically gives me a 2-dot werewolf ally, and when dealing with lupine, it gives me an extra 2 dice for like social checks when dealing with lupine.
There you go.
Funny that I have an ability called Hiding from the Wolf, but does nothing for lupine.
Wait, where are the lore sheets at? I think they posted them, didn't she?
They're in different books.
They're in a lot of different books.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of them
Yeah.
in the core book.
Towards the
Mine
end.
is from Hekata are some of the only people who can get 2 lore sheets because they can get one, and then they can get one for their bloodline, and then they can get another lore sheet after that.
Ah. Things I've learned today.
I'm still trying to pick my lore sheet.
So I am on the hunt for another, but I'm not. I'm not actively looking. It's just whatever. If I see something that's cool, I might.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, I found one, and I'm like, oh, the history that comes with it, and the baggage, and my character already has plenty of suitcases of baggage. Let's not add anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't have a need to. I have goals with my points, and we get so few in this one compared to the other game.
I'm like squirreling them away like a dragon. I'm like, I want to use them, but I don't know on what, and I've got to save them because it's got to be something good that I use them on.
Well, I know what I'm using them on. I just need the points for the specific thing. But I'm almost there. I'm a third of the way to what I want to do, and then I get to use them to do stuff. All right, everyone, pretend we were plotting against him.
So that's how we're going to do that one thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got all the characters figured out to take over, etc., etc. Yeah. Mm. Oh, you're back. Hello.
Yep. All right. Iola. The hair on the back of your neck is standing up.
She has the lowest humanity out of us.
Something is off. Something is putting you on edge. And it's not that dismembered bodies laying around you. Those hardly bother you at all. You just kind of wish that one guy was still in enough, still in few enough pieces that you could ask him what he was doing. But yeah, other than that,
The looks are there somewhere.
but yeah, something's making you feel unsafe.
My suggestion is if you see anything you need or isn't smash it up or something you can utilize in your own area, use it and GTFO.
Would burning down a house be a bad idea in this case? I mean,
There's a
getting
lot
all
of
the
stuff
body
in here
parts
that's
out
flammable.
first.
I'm gonna go to the window if there's any windows and kind of look out to see if I
Oh,
see
sure.
anything.
One of a back window or a front window?
I'll go to the back and then to the front.
All right, you don't see anything out the back. You look out the front. You see Kyle and Shiloh. There's some dude standing in front of Kyle talking. And then you see the full lupine standing back behind that guy you don't know.
The fucking god, he never shifted. What an idiot.
Fucking noob.
So the second one is sitting there in full lupine form. Probably the first time you've ever seen one of these. It looks big, it looks threatening, though it doesn't seem to be doing anything to Kyle. In fact, let me roll a little something. As you pull the curtain back out of the way. Let's see, it's there's its awareness. Its wits. Now, you said you were just walking up and looking out the window?
Yeah, looking out, seeing if I see anything.
Okay, well, you definitely saw something.
Uh-huh.
And that is 4 successes. And something has seen you. You don't know if it's where you pulled the curtain back to look, if it was that little bit of motion or what it was. But the big lupine's head turns towards you. It kind of stares intently at you for a second. Then his eyes go wide and it howls.
I'm guessing we all hear the howl.
You all hear the howl. Kyle, you and this dude are still talking,
Mm-hmm.
and all of a sudden you see the one behind him. The one that was talking about not smelling on you or whatever. It's like you see him turn, you get his attention, and you turn and you see Iola looking out a window.
Uh-huh.
And then he howls, but with the feral whisper stuff going on, he's repeating that term he used earlier about the worm.
The worm.
And then he starts moving towards that window.
He looks over at the other guy. It's like he's gonna see what the other guy's doing.
The other guy seems to be caught off guard by this. Like you saw the lupine, the second lupine turn and look. He's behind this guy. He's behind the we'll call him the leader.
Yeah.
So he wasn't aware of that whole. All he knew was the guy suddenly howls about the worm and takes off.
When we hear a howl, Emma would probably look towards the window as well.
Iola?
Yeah, you just see Iola standing looking in the window.
Moving a little closer, trying to see what she howled.
Well, you've only got a few seconds for this thing's going to cross that yard and be on you.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and I.
So, Iola, what are you doing?
Back away from the damn window and hop out the house.
So you're basically turning around and sprint for the back door?
Yeah.
Go the other way.
Let's activate the wolf's fight or chase response.
Well, is there a second floor upstairs?
No, this
This
was a
house?
one story. This was a one story building. There might have been you might have seen a pull down string for like a stairway,
Attic.
To the attic or something.
Who's gonna run into the bathroom?
All right. So Iola spins around, just runs down the hallway, and you hear a bathroom door slam.
Probably followed by breaking glass.
About the time the front window, breaks in, and you have this, 7-foot wolf creature looking around. Now, Egidio, what is your humanity?
My humanity is good. It's like 7 or 8.
Emma, what is your humanity?
7.
Walter, what is your humanity?
I'm at 7.
It's 7, sir.
Furman?
Oh, yeah.
He's probably pretty high considering he's a thin.
Gotta be a higher, right?
Yeah,
I don't know.
thin-bloods are
I bet you the
usually
thin blood that lived
higher.
in this house wasn't very high.
Yeah,
For
his
sure,
humanity was
but-
low, but
It's obvious.
Question: what is the threshold that werewolves need to sense the worm?
6, I believe. That's where they start picking up.
But what's Kyle's humanity at?
Kyle's humanity is 6 because of his hunting style.
Or it might have been 5. No?
So-
I may have just been misremembering what Kyle's was then.
Yeah, his is 6.
That would have added some
Um,
difficulty.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's actively working on raising it. So I don't
Let
know
me
if
do
that
it.
had anything to do with it, but they might be able to sense he's fighting the worm's influence.
Well, it's more likely that I just screwed up, but yeah, let me.
We'll just go with that.
it was rule of cool.
Yeah.
Up to you.
Just watching a cat jump on parkour over the wall trying to catch a fly.
As a cat do.
Mm-hmm. As a cat.
Yeah, vampires register as worm tainted, save those with a humanity trait of 7 or higher. So nope, I just screwed up. I did not realize Kyle's was that low.
We could rule of
Well, here's the thing: newborn vampires start with a humanity of 8.
Mm-hmm.
They are still young. So, do you want to say it's 7 because of he's still a very young vampire? Because the whole starting at 7 is for neonates that, they've been around for several decades at that point.
So then will we have all started at 7?
You and I would
Or
have
8.
technically, but that'll be up to. You would still trigger as worm tainted regardless.
I would, yes.
Because if we went by that rule, you'd be at 6. But I
Okay,
guess
so
that's
right
just-
now Iola's at 5.
Yeah, that's using neonate creation instead of new vampire. But yeah, that'd be an up to you thing. It is something I noticed in the PDF when it came to creating vampires.
Yep. No, we'll go with the scores what they are. I just messed up.
Fair enough.
Either I misremembered the 5 and 6 thing, or I thought you were at a 7. I'm not sure which it was.
Yeah, it's he started at 6, but he's working on trying to get up to 7. So yeah, but that's just because of his hunting style. It automatically lowers it by 1.
I hate to just ignore it with you though, because then it seems like I'm picking on Iola.
Well, it could have been the increased difficulty thing.
Well, that's true. Yours would be hers would be easier to detect.
Well,
Maybe say it's part of
let's
the lore
say-
sheet, or
that could also be why it was a like active social conflict.
No, that's fair
with
too.
the werewolf.
And you
There's
didn't wind up
increased
beating them back up on
right?
it. All right, so we'll just run with we'll run with events as they've played out, and I'll be more careful in the future.
All right.
All right. So anyway, the rest of you see this lupine spring into the door or spring through the window. He lands. He
we're
starts
good.
sniffing the air.
We were gonna demolish the place, but hi,
is that?
you're big.
Casting Obey.
Ooh,
Works on-
that's interesting.
It just says of their subject. It doesn't say it has to be a vampire or a human or a werewolf.
Not that calming him down would necessarily stop him from doing what he's doing.
Yeah.
I mean, you could
But
calm
maybe
an
he can verbalize
assassin
it.
down. That means he's not going to shoot you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But he's giving off agitated vibes at the moment. So yeah, if you want to try that. What does he roll to resist it?
Minus composure aspects. They are. Does it say?
Or is there a resistance for it? Since it's not something that necessarily harms him.
It's against a difficulty 2. It restores willpower damage. I don't know if that would affect anything on them. Would they count as mortal?
No, werewolves do not most of the time.
Well, hell. It doesn't really give one, but I mean, a lot of them, the composure aspects, I mean, they could try. Let me see if there might be something similar that they could resist with.
Well, it looks like you got the set difficulty to calm something down a little bit. So go ahead and give me that roll, and you'll, like I said, what he plans to do might not change drastically, but he'll be a little calmer. You might be able to talk to him a little bit.
Got a 4.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just difficulty 2 for you.
Yeah.
She's like, hey, whoa, hold on. That's all.
There's a door, first of all.
Yo.
He stops. He looks at you. He sniffs.
I'll be calm. Let's not do anything crazy. Or
And Iola, you're hearing some of this through the bathroom door.
Oh yeah, it's the bathroom conversation.
like looking over the broken window. Kyle, come get your friend. I think it's your friend.
And from outside, Kyle, you can see where he dove through and stood up, and then you hear him kind of going, whoa, 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 whoa. And he doesn't advance any further. He's looking over the rest of you guys.
Yeah, so he looks at the man he's outside with and is like, well, you've met the one that's gotten good at taming the darker impulses of our kind.
He turns and starts walking towards the house.
Goes through the window. as
He'll
well.
he'll follow. It's like, so. As a point of curiosity, how do you fight this worm? Because I really don't want to be serving anything.
With teeth and claws mostly.
Already
Killing those it's
tried
corrupted.
it. Can you get uncorrupted?
Possibly. You need to talk to. He kind of pauses like he's not sure how much he wants to give away about their society.
Because I saw the way your friend flared their, I'm not sure what gender they are, their nostrils at me. So I guess something with me twinged.
Emma down low,
Possibly.
like, good puppy. No, we're not. No.
I would rather get that out.
I'm not sure if they're. If we get the lost pup back, I will make inquiries. I've never heard of any way to cure your condition. I mean, you've been killed, so how do you fix death?
When I decide I'm done, I will go sit by a tree and let the last sight I see be the sun.
If you want to do that, though, you've probably already done it. Meanwhile, inside, the lupine is giving Walter a real hard look. It's like, Walter doesn't smell funny. But he don't look quite
he's
right.
Big. He's big. Yeah. Just don't. Let's. Hey, how you doing? Let's all be cool here.
And about that time, the front door opens, and some dude that, none of you have ever seen walks in. Kyle's right behind him.
7-foot lumberjack.
Yeah, Kyle with Shiloh behind him. Well, I see you met the friends I made outside while you were in here.
Company you keep?
Yeah.
We're included in that company, Egidio.
So this
Not
new
included in this company.
this new stranger basically looks at the lupine. Ryder, calm down.
Hi.
And it growls back at him, and most of y'all don't understand anything that's going on.
Does Kyle with Feral Whisper
You've
still
got the
on?
Feral Whisper still going, so we'll say you're still getting it.
Okay.
There was one looking out the window. She was of the worm. And he kind of gestures towards Emma. That one? No, there was another one. So,
Kyle.
from Emma's point of view, it's growl, he talks, it's growl, and he points at Emma. That one?
Just awkward wave. Hi.
From behind them, Kyle just.
I think he saw Iola look out a window and didn't take kindly to that.
That sounds like her.
No, I mean, it was kind of boring in here. I could see where she'd go look out a window. Standing among scattered body parts.
Yeah, as Kyle he's face palming, but the murder hands are still on, but he's like, jeez.
Gonna put your eye out there.
Fair.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Murder hands, but then you do the Homer Simpson. You just leave scratches down one side of your face.
Honestly, he probably did, just like, and just scratch marks down his face.
So,
and he'll say in Feral Whispers, so you want me to get a hold of they called him the lost pup?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Did he give Kyle a point of contact to get a hold of him?
He would have.
I know we had that whole talk back and forth, like as we were leaving.
Yes, he would have wanted a way to contact you because you're at least somebody he knows now, and that might have a clue what's going on.
He will pull out his phone and very gingerly text and just send locations, like, "Come here, please."
What did I say that kid's name was?
He said his name was Orlando Cobb.
That's right. So yeah, you send a text out. You don't get a response right away.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all are kind of standing around awkwardly for 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
The lupine
that
keeps
one-
looking down that hallway and kind of growling. Occasionally, him and the other guy will have a discussion back and forth.
Mm.
The one that can sense Iola isn't happy with the idea of like not taking out this creature. While the first one, the leader one, is arguing that temporarily allowing an enemy to retreat or whatever. It's worthwhile if they bring in one of their if they bring in one of their lost pups. But eventually, Orlando gets back to you. He's like, he responds back, "Sorry it took so long to get back to you. I was being chased."
He'll look up at the two werewolves. What'd you say your names were again? I got that one was Ryder. You were?
The other guy is Emery.
Emery. Kyle. Nice to meet you. Yeah, he just got back to me. Apparently he was being chased by something, so we probably gotta go.
Where is he at?
Where's your location?
He gives you a location in Decatur. Of course.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's not the map I needed. He is currently hiding behind a restaurant that is across the road from what used to be Decatur General Hospital. I forget exactly what it's called now. The main Decatur Hospital. Not the one close to your domain, the other big one.
So someplace I know where it is, and it's Anarch territory?
You know where it's at, and it is very much Cam territory.
Oh, it's deep in Cam territory.
Yeah.
Hospital.
Okay. It's one of the hospitals, the boarded up area.
Oh, Lord.
Emery looks at you. What's the problem?
He is hiding somewhere very deep in our enemy's territory.
Enemies and some other sorts of creatures, or is this one of the political
nonsense? You probably know about the whole war back and forth between those that try to keep a stranglehold on everything and those that just want to live freely.
He looks at you clearly. No, we knew there was we know there's a lot of infighting amongst you.
That's the biggest bit of it.
All right, so some other faction that you're not friendly with.
It's that we're currently at war with in the city. Yes.
So the pup's in a lot of danger.
He is, and until he's safe with you, I'm going to consider this a mission of my own as well. Came to see me for help. I'm not going to let that go until he's safe.
Save a life and you're responsible for it.
That's how it worked when I was still human.
Well, where is he at? We will go and fetch him.
He'll pull out the map and show it. He'll also point out, once you cross the belt line here, I won't be able to help you. I can keep the others of my kind off your back if you go through this area, but once you cross that point, I won't be able to help you anymore, unless you want me actively there in my wolf form too.
That would reassure him that this is not an ambush.
Very well.
We'll finish up stuff here. You go take care of that.
Right. Emma, trust you to take care of all that then.
We're in trouble.
You got a good head on your shoulders. Keep the rest of us in line.
We're in trouble.
Right.
Nice meeting you.
Okay. Kyle will shift back into a wolf and tell Shiloh to stick with Emma.
He's not excited about that prospect. He wants to run around with you as a wolf.
Well, where we're going will be quite dangerous for us, and I would feel better if you stick.
Oh, well, now he needs to go with you. He's got to watch your back.
And I need you to protect the rest of them. They're part of the pack too.
All right, fine.
All right.
The other dog is just gonna be like, "No, I'm going."
Yeah. All right. And then he'll, as a wolf, look back at the other two, and still with feral whispers, like, "Well, let's get running then."
And both of them shift. The first guy from human up to a. It's a larger than normal wolf.
About Kyle sized.
It's probably close. That's probably that dire wolf form of theirs. It's probably something like that.
Okay.
And the other one shifts kind of down from the
From their
bipedal
lower
form
form?
to that form.
Yeah. Okay.
So Kyle's not a perfect match for him
But close.
because that oversized version they've got doesn't necessarily look like a natural wolf. Well, Kyle just looks like a natural, if unnaturally sized wolf.
Mm-hmm.
But at a glance, everybody's just going to go, that's a pack of really big wolves.
We'll put the notification up to shoot new wolves for the next hour or two in the domain.
What Kyle
Hey, Miles,
actually,
ignore all werewolves for the next hour and a half.
say what Kyle would say before he shifts to Emma is like, tell them to not shoot at pack of 3 wolves running through the domain, and I will let them know when that is no longer applicable.
Okay, I'll figure out how to code this.
Thank you. And he'll, as long as the other 2 werewolves are cool with it, he'll lead on.
All right, so y'all all take off, cutting through pastures and, people's yards and kind of, as the crow flies, running back into Decatur.
Yep.
Just thinking about it, there's an easy way for you to code that, though.
Yeah, Kyle's out taking 2 dogs for a walk. I'll let you know when he's back.
Or 3 of my dogs got loose. Or whatever like that.
Yeah, something like that. Just let me know if you see them, but don't approach them. They're a little skittish.
All right, so how are y'all going to clean this location up? Just brief overview. You don't have to go into super detail.
Looks over at you. Is burning the house down an option?
It's always an option. I don't recommend it.
Okay, fair enough. That would be a bad idea considering all of us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Player me. That'd be a frenzy check, I think.
Yeah, Roshrek.
I'm also
About to say for everybody except for the Duskborn.
Look, I'm so proud that the one time there was a huge fire incident, just Walter just shrugged it off like, fire? Fuck it, let's go.
Burn me even more.
I'm already a hot mess. You can't do any more to this.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so y'all help a GDO gather up the body parts.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Anything a Gidio directs as far as cleaning it up.
and I think that's the main idea here is making sure there aren't it doesn't look like it can look rough and ramshackle, but it doesn't have to look like there are actual bodies here that will actually cause suspicion.
Like creepy murder house.
Mm-hmm.
Emma, see if she sees the attic access, she'll be like, "Do we want to check up there just to be sure there's nothing else, or did you already check that?
I haven't checked it yet.
You want the honors?"
Sure. He's already as she says that he's already like pulling the thing.
You go up there. It's an unfinished attic. Though there are some boards laid down and there's like some stuff stored up there.
Mm-hmm. Anything relevant, or is it just like more thin blood stuff?
Christmas
Uh,
trees.
some of it's like spare lab equipment,
Okay.
stuff
It's
like
the
that.
you said Christmas trees. I just picture that spray that they use to like spray the snow on.
Just flocked.
There's also just a pile of like clothes and shoes and stuff over to one side.
Oh, fantastic. He was actively murdering them.
Yep.
And it's like, miscellaneous sizes. Some of it's probably men's clothes, some of it's probably women's clothes.
Any accoutrements besides clothes?
Some of the pants pockets have like wallets and stuff in them. There's some jewelry tossed in there.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, nothing too fancy, but the occasional watch or cell phone or wedding ring or something like that.
I love it. This soul did not care one damn bit.
He had like a human. Out of curiosity, what was this guy's humanity?
Oh, the dead guy. I didn't have him statted up, but yeah, we would have been nice and low. Been lower than Iola's.
Yeah.
You're talking about somebody that
Like
was probably a
3 or
serial
so.
killer before, or borderline becoming a serial killer before he was turned.
The Judah just
Fantastic.
sighs and goes. The problem with not being able to select the people who, not having a choice in the matter of who gets embraced or not, is sometimes you get shitty people, and then we have to house the shitty people. And
Furman's like, yeah, he seemed weird even by our standards, but
Yeah.
we were not expecting this. I mean, he was always cordial, and just always something felt a little off about him.
Most of them are.
Yeah. Huh? Watch a couple Netflix documentaries.
I don't have to. I was on that side.
More for Furman.
Oh, true. I will say that don't listen to any of the forensic stuff. It's all bullshit.
The rest of the campaign, Furman's going to be coming to you periodically. Well, what about this, this, and this, and rattling off stuff the documentary said about Freeze. Well, the internet said this.
That fast.
But
yeah, he'll look at all of this and go, okay, well, the least I can do is get this to a goodwill if we're not going to burn the house down.
Maybe not wallets or anything easily identifiable.
No. That's
Clothes,
gonna be
yeah.
that's going in here. The wallet, the clothes, yes. Just get in a trash bag and toss it in the goodwill.
And the wallets have
Whatever.
had all the cash taken out of it, but identification,
Sure.
credit cards, all that stuff's still in
Yeah.
there.
Mhm.
At least a couple of them were organ donors, so at least he had that going for him.
Not even consistent.
But so yeah, y'all get to clean it up. The kitchen is linoleum, so you're mopping up blood, wiping down counters.
It's all like as the Gideon is doing this, he's like narrating what he's doing. He's like, all of it's elbow grease. Like, none of this is. I'm not magicking anything. There's no shortcut to this. It's all just elbow grease.
The steam cleaner you have to get out because the lab room was carpeted.
Yeah, that's why he brought it.
That's quite a mess. Or well, there's not as much blood though. The thawing out pieces were leaking some.
Mm-hmm.
Though the carpet is already stained up from whatever sort of experiments he was doing in there, so, and other spills. So we end with all of you, with rubber gloves up to your elbows, scrubbing up blood.
At least we don't have to breathe, so the chemicals won't really bother us.
Yeah. All while Kyle and two lupines are like cutting across the countryside, heading deeper into the city.
Yep.
And that is where we will wrap for the week. Shiloh keeps wanting to come over and like kind of laugh at the floor.
Nope. Nope. No.
Milo, no.
And
I don't care how much.
he'll lower the
how
tail and kind of
much-
pout. Then he'll
I
wait a
don't
little
care
while
how,
and he'll try again.
how well you've been fed by Kyle. That chemical will hurt. Do
I'll,
not
I'll,
lap up the formaldehyde.
I'll get you something tasty on the way home. I'll get you chicken nuggets or maybe a sandwich.
You say me
Okay.
nuggets, and he's like,
A
He
cold
perks up
cut
again.
somewhere.
Nuggets twice in a night. This is a good night.
Good night. I'm getting nuggets. Double nuggy night.
Double nuggy night.
We need to run out here to murder scenes more often. But anyway, we're going to wrap there for the
Something
night.
okay
So,
with this.
hope y'all had fun. I enjoyed it.
yeah.
Phew.
Anybody out there that comes by and watches this later, I hope y'all enjoy it. I hope you'll show up next week. If you're looking for more games, check the schedule below. There are more games going on in Diabear. Mostly 5e, I think. Again, I was your storyteller for the evening, Jason, and with me was Jeremy playing Egidio, Sarah playing Emma, Eric playing Kyle, Duba playing Walter, and Rappy playing Iola,
Full house today.
who almost got to be a doggy treat. Almost.
Was
Almost
got
this
to be a treat
what
boy.
same feeling she felt the night before?
So
When
what
she
was
was
it?
being followed?
It was that same kind of, just kind of a sixth sense, hair on the back of your neck, something's not right.
Was it werewolves trying to chase her?
Well, yeah, you don't know about that. That'd be going a bit far. But anyway, we will see y'all next week.